Hello, my wonderful listeners. Hi, how are you? Oh my God, it's been a lovely morning. I woke up feeling great. I'm in DC. Oh, I love DC. I love DC. DC is one of those city that, like, the first time I came, it just tugged at my heart. I don't know, it just felt right. It just felt like I can build a home here. I can be here. I can see myself here. Like, it's a city, but it's not crowded. And everywhere you walk, you're just inspired, especially with somebody from my field. I feel like every time I'm here, I just feel like motivated. I feel energized. I feel like I belong here. Like I belong in this setting. This is the life that I want for myself. This is the life that I want to create. I can see myself getting a house here. I can see myself having my children here. I can see myself with my husband here. I always like DC just became one of those cities that became that is it for me. So I just love flying to DC. And it's funny because every time I'm in DC, I am surrounded by women who are killing it. I am surrounded by women who are in position of power with wedding rings. And as a young person, I'm 26, I indirectly I always felt like I had to choose between starting a family and having a career. Like people who in my personal life, even family member have made like, oh, don't get too many degrees, you're gonna scare a man. Oh, don't get like like, oh, you want to go for a PhD? Like, how many men are getting PhD? Especially when you are in circle of like black men, you're like, the man was gonna feel inferior, so you shouldn't do it. And nah, I'm the type of person like I don't give a damn about your feelings. I will do what I need to do for my life. Because when I was a kid, going through everything that I've been through, when I was having dreams, a man was not part of that dream. A man was not part of that dream. When I was growing up in a refugee camp, hungry, my dream was, oh, one day I'm gonna have a good job. One day I'm gonna buy a house. I'll have my own room. I want to have a living room. I'm gonna have a big kitchen where I'm gonna cook food. I would never be hungry again. I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna see these cities that I'm seeing on TV. I'm gonna walk the street of Paris. I'm gonna walk the street of New York City. I'm gonna celebrate my birthday in the high rise in New York City, which I accomplished this year. So when I was having dreams, it was concerning my life. I was not like I never dreamt, and it was not imparted on me like, oh, you are gonna have a life behind a man. Like when I was dreaming about walking the street of Paris, I wasn't dreaming about it like, oh, I'm gonna walk the street of Paris with my boyfriend. Like those things came later on, but those were not like my childhood dreams. My childhood dreams was to get a good job, a well-paid job, to be able to afford things that I could not afford for myself or I could not afford for my family. When my mother was telling me, hey, I'm making sacrifice for you to go to school to get good grades, because when you get good grades, you get a great job. When you get a great job, you make a lot of money. You can be able to like travel. You can be able to do stuff. You can be able to afford things that we cannot afford now. When I was a kid, eating chicken was a luxury. Drinking Coca-Cola was a luxury. Having breakfast, milk, bread, honey, like those were luxuries. So when I was having dreams, it was about like making these luxuries my mundane, making this luxury part of my life. So a man was not really part of it. Like I heard like, oh yeah, a woman has to be married, a woman has to do this, blah 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 blah, but it was never imparted on me, and I never walked with the mentality of like, oh, for me to be successful, I need to be married. Oh, for me to do this, I need to have a man by my side. For me to, like, no. When I went to school, I got my grades. I worked my head. So it's kind of hard to kind of like not be a career woman for me, because that's what I was one. I wanted to be a career. I wanted to have something for myself. I wanted to be able to give something for myself. And it wasn't until I went to college where I started feeling like, oof, you're a problem. The way that you are a problem for society. Because people like to be like, oh, well, Africans, African women are conditioned to marry. Yes, being married is a part of our culture, is a part of like, because weddings in African cultures are seen as a sign of success, right? Getting a good job is a sign of success. Like, so for me, it's like, when I get a good job, I want to settle down, right? Because those are the checkpoints of success that you have to have. However, African parents, they don't even want you to be next to a boy in a class. They don't want you to be sitting next to a boy, because they'll tell you boys are distractions. Like they expect you to go to school, to make something of yourself, and to have a job. African parents don't, like me and my friends, the way we were raised, none of us was raised to wait on a man. None of us. Whether we were from single family household or from two parents household. One of my friends is a lawyer. One of my friends has 2 master's degrees. My other friend is doing her master's degree in public health. All of my African girlfriends, those bitches are killing it. Those bitches were taught to be killing it on their own. You are not going to live in my house and not bring a college degree. You find yourself with a college degree. That's the rule in an African household. So it wasn't until college where, when I'm dating, I'm feeling like, oh my God, I'm doing an international relation major and I'm sitting next to somebody who doesn't know what they want to do with their life, which is fine. I don't think at 18 you're supposed to figure things out, but like, you can just feel the tension. Oh, this guy is cute, but he doesn't have his life together. We are not speaking the same language. We are not on the same playing field. And you're like, and then you're sitting there and he's looking at you feeling like, damn. And for most guys at that age, because they're not mature enough and they want to kind of like validate their manhood, the way they do that is by putting you down. And here's the thing about us African, especially us Congolese, regardless whether you're a man or you're a woman, bitch, we are prideful. We walk with pride. Pride is our middle name. My name is Sentish Pride. Like, you cannot put an African down, because an African already believes they are the best. Congolese, especially, listen, I would say Nigerians and us were cousins. We don't know how to know modesty. We bougie. We are. As a culture, we are a bougie culture. Do you see how Congolese men dress? Only bougie people dress like that. That man may be broke, but you would not know. That sentence, fake it until you make it was invented by a Congolese. That's us. So it's like, my personality, even if I'm sad inside, even if I'm crushed inside, you will never know. And so if I'm listening to a guy telling me like, oh, you're too strong, I'm just like, oh, if he thinks I'm strong, that means he's weak. So what the hell would I spend my time with him? He's already not feeling himself, so what the hell would I want to be with him? That's always been my mentality. If you think I'm too much when I'm asking him the basic, then he's already showing me he's not good enough, so bounce. So I am so glad I wasn't raised with self-esteem issues. Like, I talked about my body being like internally, but like outward, I never acted on myself. Like, no, you don't want to be around? Bye. I'm okay with being alone. We talked about this. African parents raise you to be alone, to be okay with being alone. So I really don't like, so growing up, I've never really saw marriage and career as one or the other. I've always saw them as happening one before the other, right? So for me, my career had to happen first. So it was never a one or the other. It was like you go to school, you finish well, you get a job, you think about marriage. And I think that's what I've always known, is like marriage was not a priority. Like it did not come first. I did not think of I finish school, then I get married, then I have a job, because if I were to be married, knowing me, knowing the type of person that I am, I feel like my career would take a backseat, because I will want to be very present in my family life. But if I have a job first, I have a routine of going to work, then I meet somebody, we start dating, we get engaged, we get married. I feel like that would be a natural progression for me than if the reverse was true. Because if I get married first, will I have the freedom to make the decisions that I currently make? I'm going to have this other person input into everything that I do. However, if I have a career first, this person's going to meet me with a career already. He knows what he's getting into. So the progression was always you go to school, you get a job, and then you get married. That's what I was taught until I went to college, right? Meeting these guys, seeing how I was thinking about 10 years ahead, and these dudes did not know what they wanted to do now. And I also think that I don't blame them, because I feel like you're a kid. Not every kid is raised to know what they want to do, who they are. Like, I'm 26. Like, I may have an idea of what I want, but sometimes I feel lost, which is okay, because you're a person, you're a kid, you're growing, you're developing. But being an African girl, always having this attitude, this innate attitude of always foreseeing 10 years ahead. Because like I said in previous episode, when I meet a guy, I'm thinking, oh, can I bring him home? Because again, we're not conditioned to just date for fun, right? So it wasn't until college when I was just like, ooh, then those thoughts, those indirect, like people make indirect comments where you're like, if you keep having a lot of degrees, like, men won't want you. I told you, my uncle told me, like, yeah, what are your degrees going to do once you get married? You're going to need to be a wife, right? Like, you have to pick one or the other. When I always thought, and I was been taught, that I was going to have both at the same time. And it's funny, because I've heard Michelle Obama said something like, women can have it all, but not at the same time. So there's going to be time where you're going to have to be super focused on your career. There's going to be a time where you're going to be super focused as being a mother and a wife and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, and all of those conversations kind of like fucks with me, because I do have like a couple of, they used to be friends, but now they're acquaintance. And even the way they will say stuff, you can like, me not wanting to be married first or not be boy crazy is like, it's like anti-feminine. It's like anti-woman. Like they would be like, because yes, there's value. Like, I feel like as a society we put so much value in being married and in being a mother, which is great, which are values that I have. But like, I don't want it now. Like, I don't want it now. So when I'm in DC and I'm seeing these women who are like around my age, being in position of power and having rings on, they show me that I'm not crazy. They display, they illustrate, they demonstrate that no, what I've been taught was correct for girls like me. It is now far-fetched to finish school, to get a job, and find a man who loves you and is engaged and loves the fact that you go to work. Like one of my friends has an IUD. She doesn't want to have children now. She's married, happily married. She's killing it. And she has an understanding husband. And he works too. They are trying to create a foundation for them to be well off once they become parents. And it's like, yes, we can have it all at the same time. We can. Like, in the last couple of months, I've been meeting guys in my field, right? I've been meeting good guys. I've been meeting guys who are like educated, like, you know, they have a job, they begun their career. Like at 26, when I met a guy who's like 28, 29, he's like, he's already working, right? He's been working since he was 22, like straight out of college and everything. And when we're talking and we're discussing stuff, it's like, oh, he's interested with my brain. He's interested with what I have to say. He's not just seeing me as a beauty face, like as a beautiful face. Like, we know we're having deep conversation, and it's like, okay, oh my God, you do exist. You do exist. You exist. Men who can see an educated woman who has her own stuff, who wants to make something out of herself, is not relying on his name to become somebody. They do exist. And here's the thing though, I hate the conversation between housewife versus career wife. I hate the conversation between traditional wife versus modern woman or traditional woman, because I honestly feel like if your sole purpose in life, your sole gift in life is to be someone's wife and somebody's mother, like, I get it. Like, I get it. And if you lived a life where growing up you just wanted to be married and be somebody's wife, I get it. I may not agree with it, because I believe we're all born to do something. We're all born with a gift. We're all born to make something out of. I think I have a problem with women whose sole identity is based on the man that they're with. I have a problem with that. And yes, and I also have a problem with men whose sole identity, because, you know, it can happen with men too, right? Whose sole identity is behind their wife. But because it's so uncommon, right? So let's just say, like, I just, and I think it comes from just like never knowing that women were only valuable because of the men. Like, I'm sorry, I was not taught that. And it's funny because, and I was actually thinking of making an episode about the African woman and the misconception of the African woman, right? Because the African woman is seen as weak. She's seen as, you know, a baby maker. Like, you know, she was bought to make babies. She was, you know, and to be honest, like, growing up in Africa, seeing African women, seeing the way they work, like, I don't have sympathy for Western women when they make, like, when they complain about things around the world that women do naturally. Like, oh my gosh, she breastfed on the bus. Oh my God, that's so courageous. Like, the fuck? women are breastfeeding all around the world publicly. It's and I also feel like when Western women get liberated, or they get like a right that other people do, it's like the way it's talked about is like, oh my, and it's that feeling of like, of like when the white woman does it and it becomes, a big deal. Because like the breastfeeding things, I've seen women breastfeed their babies publicly in front of people when I was a kid in Africa. Like you can be having a conversation and a woman take her titties out, she feeds it, because we understand that, she has to feed the baby, and that's how you feed the baby. Like, so when people complain about like the smallest thing of like, oh, I'm just like, women around the world are doing a lot with the baby. Like you may see them as weak and as because they don't have the technology that you have, but like that makes me see them as super strong, because like they don't have the technologies, they don't have the medication to to be numbed or whatever, but they still do it. So get the fuck out of my face with your complaints, honestly. Like I hope to God, like of course, like your pain is your pain, right? That's fine, I get it. But I hope to God to like and it's just my son awful, but like I don't make unnecessary complaints. I don't, because like I know other people, like, because again I've had so many worldly experiences that I understand the privilege that I have. I own my privilege. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm privileged for this. No, but I understand it. So the best way to show that you understand your privilege is by shutting the fuck up. So like so and I am gonna do an episode about the making of the African woman, as how she's seen as this weak person, but in reality that bitch is strong. That bitch is strong. So from my African woman history, yes, they were in the house. Yes, but here's the thing though. Women are the one who go fetch for water. Men don't do that. Women are the one walking miles and miles to go fetch for water. That shows courage. That shows strength. African women are the one that like educate their kids. So in order for you to be an educator, you need to be educated. So this training of how to be a wife is like, you have to have thoughts. You have like men expect you to have thoughts, because if you're going to be in a home and you have to educate his kids, you have to be educated too. Like what? Right? So from my woman history, there's never been an either or. But it's funny because let me not put it in a blank statement, because yes, there's cultures where women are undervalued and but black women, Malcolm X said it, the most disrespected, undervalued person in the world is the black woman. There is. But we're strong. Women were hunters. Women are hunters. Women are the one that put the family together. So if I can put the family together, I can put the company together. If I know how to make something from nothing, oh, trust me, I can take care of a career and a house. So do I feel like I need to choose between the two? For the environments that I'm in, I thought I did until a year ago. I thought I did. I was like, okay, I'm going to put off marriage. I'm going to put off truly dating people, because I've always been in situations where like I meet guys who really like me, but I don't like them the same way, or I just don't see them being compatible with what I want. So it just be like, in my head, I'd be like, okay, let's see if it's going to grow. If it's going to grow, but then it doesn't grow. And then they turn to be assholes. And when they figure that it's not, like I'm not developing strong feelings for them, instead of just like, be like, okay, let's just end it and, be amicable about it, then they be like, oh, you're a bitch, oh, you're this, oh yeah, you act like a man. So they try to like de-womanize me, like make me feel like undervalued, make me feel like, oh, you will never find somebody. And I feel like some women who are themselves feeling some type of way about not being able to earn for themselves or do and it's not, to be honest with you, it's not even about earning for yourself. It's having the freedom to be yourself. It's having the freedom to have a self. Like, do you even understand that? Like, you need to have the freedom to have a self. I think that's what I believe in. Like, I do not want a man who relies on me for anything. I don't want you to base your identity on me. That's why when I meet a guy and we're having conversation and we talk about traumas and everything, you know what I asked him? Have you been to therapy? I'm not your therapist and I'm not your mother. Because you need to have your life. I want a man who loves his life and who wants to love his life with me. And that's why I did the work on myself, because I don't want to bring my trauma to you, because I don't think it would be fair for your existence to be cuddling to my trauma. We can talk about it and we can help each other out, but I do not want to base my existence on you, because I am not you. Because what happened when we separate? What happened if we separate? I start becoming me or you start becoming you? Like, get the fuck up. So I want a man who loves himself, have his shit together, physically, emotionally, financially, everything. And when we meet, we build together. Because, ooh, motherfucker, I want to build an empire with you. I want to build an empire with you. So you better come ready to work. Because I'll put in the work. So I need you to put in the work. One person cannot lift the table. So yeah. So, no, we can have it both. We can. So it shouldn't be career versus... I don't think women should feel like they should choose between a career versus marriage. Because at the end of the day, I did not go to school thinking about marriage. I did not get student loan thinking about marriage. I went to school to build something for myself. And I want to build something for myself. And I want to build something for my family with somebody who wants to have a family with me. So yeah, guys, I love DC. I really, really, really love DC. It honestly inspires me. It makes me fall in love with life. It makes me fall in love with my life, because women today are dealing with a lot, especially, talking about careers and stuff like that. It's like, and it's funny because I've never been like a woman this, a woman that, because like there's part of me that like I'm traditional in some aspect, and I'm modern, quote unquote traditional, quote unquote modern. But I feel like people are complex and we shouldn't put in one box. But I've never really been like, oh yeah, women should do this, women, like I've always been like, listen, this is my life, this is how I want to live my life and everything. But I think when my life has become part of have starting to resemble part of public conversations, and people are saying stuff to me that I've, like my friends have told me, I've been told the same thing, or people say the same, like this guy said the same things to me, and then you start like reading, listening to like videos of when, like, especially black women are talking about this, like, hey, we're making a lot of money, and now we're being like, we're being shamed for being smart, we're being shamed for having careers, we're being shamed for this. And I'm just like, yeah, no, there's really good men out there. It's like, honestly, like this past year I've met really good men who loves a woman, men who believe that your education is your asset, you know, and to the woman who likes, because here's the thing, women are so harsh on women. Like, listen, if I'm okay with you, if I'm okay with you thinking your soul existence popping babies and having your identity link, your soul identity being with a man and stuff like that, bitch, stop telling me what's wrong with me. Because here's the thing though, you saying that is not you trying to help me, it just shows that you're jealous of me. To be honest, like, it just shows you're jealous. You know, since you cannot do it, since you have not been able to do it, since you have not been able to experience the freedom of just having yourself, like I said, I don't respect people who don't have a self to go to. I don't, because again, you were born yourself. You left your mama, taught me, by yourself. So how the hell are you? No, bitch, go get therapy. Get therapy, because marriage is great. Oh my god, it's so good to have a partner. It's good. And this is not to bash people, like saying marriage is not. No, it's good. It's good to come up with it. Like, oh my god, I look for the day that I just come back home. The first thing I want to do is just get like a big cuddle, just lay in the couch and just like cuddle with my man and everything. Be like, hey, how was your day? It's like, hey, how was your day? This will happen to me. This will happen to me. Okay, let's go get food. It's good to have somebody to lean on, because life is hard. We all need somebody. But you cannot base your entire identity by somebody. You cannot. I don't know. I don't care what you say, but you cannot. So, y'all women who like to talk shit to other women because they have something that you secretly want and don't have and don't know how to get it, go to therapy, please. Alright, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. I have to go to lunch with my conference people. And yeah, this was an impromptu thing. It ended up being like about 30 or 40 minutes, but should be fun. Thank you guys. Oh, bye-bye. See ya.